So what happened last week? So last week we are here. So this is the bar. Okay, so this is the bar on Tuesday is the best two bars that we have ever seen out from this Dow swing here. Okay, so these two bar are definitely something different. But in terms of the magnitude, it's certainly not classified as the change of character because it doesn't really have this kind of the magnitude. So this is not enough. All right. So in terms of individual bar alone, this is quite significant. But in terms of the swing, it's not classified as a change character. So it means that at most it is probably just attempt to stop this downswing. And last week I talked about the key level. First is definitely 3800. Actually, I want to use this bar, but in order to use it as a round number, I just use like 3800. It's right here. You can see that it's kind of stalled right at 3800 level. So this is a resistance level which the price actually respected. So this is the most important thing. So it's not because it is like 3800 round number. It's because the price actually respect that. So this is definitely a resistance, a key level. So when it's actually start to stall right at the level, first we see a test. So this two bar here is like a rally out from the oversold condition. So we got a rally, and because previously there is shortening of a truss, suggesting that there is some sort of the supply absorption going on. That's why we see that there's decreasing of the volume. Hence, it's still able to push the price up. So there's some kind of the ease of movement to the upside. So without a lot of the effort behind, it's still able to push it up because of the prior absorption right at the this portion 3600 level. And subsequently, we got a test. So this bar is considered as a test with decreasing of the supply, which is not too bad. And subsequently, next bar, although is slightly lower, close lower, but in terms of the overall structure, if you treat this as a structure, as a range, this really looks like a sign of strength rally to me. So let's just switch it to the hourly time frame. And you can definitely tell that this is definitely a sign of strength rally. Attempt to back up. So attempt to hold above the resistance level at about 3750 because this is definitely the first level it actually overcome, but it just attempt to break above but not successful. Okay, and then it stall. This one is the non-farm payroll. So definitely it just have a failure breakdown here. Breakdown and then followed by a continuation to the downside. So right now, we definitely got a little bit of the demand coming in. So if we look at the bar from yesterday, so yesterday bar actually showing some kind of the effort versus result. So I would say that with almost similar effort behind, but the progress to the downside on yesterday is really not much. Although I know it's probably dropped like 1% in terms of percentage. Okay, maybe not, it's like 0.7%. But in terms of the progress to the downside, if we compare to this non-farm payroll bar, it's definitely not a lot. So there is a little bit of the shortening of the trust to the downside with almost slightly less effort. So there still means that there are presence of demand right here. So still right at this level, about 3600 level. So this again proven is the important level. So key level, key support level. So there's a little bit of the presence of demand. So I think the bull got a chance that it could rally, could attempt to rally from here. And the other thing is, if you look at the prior swing, so this is the downswing, and this is another downswing. What do we have here? So we got a decreasing of the supply. So this is another encouraging thing for the bullish case. Because when I talk about the capitulation scenario last week, I mean that first, definitely you need to show inability to rally up, got some kind of the resistance and show some struggle there. So it's already a tick. So it failed to come in above 300, but I didn't really see a lot of the supply coming out right at this resistance level. So it means that it's probably there's still much selling to be done if there are really a lot of the distribution going on. So I just expect we're probably going to see another rally out from here. So this rally is also really crucial. We need to see some kind of the strength behind. Ideally, for bullish case, it's definitely want to see a break above. So definitely want to break above 300 level, and same as last week. This is the level that you need to get tested. So this is the breakdown bar that you need to get tested. So until we see a proper test of this, let's say probably around 3900, it's still pointing to downward pressure. Means that immediate or at least this sort of time frame is still going down. So this is still going down, and we see that there's inability to rally, and we see that it could have another attempt to rally from here. So we really need to see a break above 3800 level. So if we do get another attempt to test to break this level, followed by another reaction, if it can form higher low with even decreasing of the volume, maybe similar like this. So this is like rally, there's a reaction, although this reaction is a lot worse than this. So this is quite a bearish reaction because it's almost retraced probably around 100%, unlike this. So this is probably around, I would say 60% or at most 70%. So this is almost like 100% or 90%. So this is a lot weaker. So this is weaker, but still it could rally up and have another test with a higher low with decreasing of the supply, something like this, decreasing of the supply, and still have a chance to go up. Okay, so that's still the bullish case because ultimately I want to see at least a test of a breakout of the level 3800 and at least a test of 3900 level, and we need to see whether it could draw a lot of the supply out from this level. So bearish case is definitely first is right at the 3800 level. So because it didn't really overcome the level. So if next time, if there's a big if there is a rally up, and if it can travel to 3800 level, and if you do something like this with a lot of the supply increasing of the volume, then I think they're still showing very much selling pressure right at this level, and this could be the last point of the supply, and after it turns down, then it could just break this down. Okay, so at the moment, at least the most encouraging thing is that I don't really see a ton of the supply right at this level, and also when it's pulling back, supply has been decreasing. All right, so this is a bearish scenario. So a lot of the rejection at this 300 level with increasing of the supply. And yeah, so we just need to look at this day by day because right now it's still pointing to the downside. There's nothing to be cherished about because out of this downswing, we see inability to rally. And here, although these 2-3 days, we probably see a little bit of the presence of demand. So there could be an attempt to rally. So it's up to the bull to perform. So if there's really a demand behind, it could really just push it up. But up to 300 is not enough. We really need to see a break above and also at least a test of 3900 level. So let's see if that could materialize. And the other bullish thing that's is currently showing up is probably the market breadth. So far, although it's almost tested the previous low, or it could just take out the low today, spring it, and going up as well. So this is also another possibility because right now I think the sentiment is super bearish, and this is very possible. A spring followed by another attempt to rally at least until here. Okay, so at this point, I will say that although you could really see a lower low form, like this is a low, you could see another lower low because if you look at Nasdaq, it's already like breaking a lower low. So this is a low, this is a lower low. Okay, so definitely we see that in the Nasdaq. But in terms of the market breadth, so whether we're looking at the 50-day percentage above 50 days moving average or above the 200 days moving average or 150 moving average, they all forming a higher low. So there's a bit of the bullish divergence, means that there are not so many stocks actually participate this lower low. So majority of the stocks are actually showing some kind of the better situation, better health. So it's showing some strength behind. So that could suggest a rally ahead, at least attempt to rally. So this is what I mean. At least we should see attempt to rally. So I think at the moment, probably the best performer will be the Russell. So Russell still a higher low. This is a lower low already. This one, because already break below the previous low, so there's not much strength, and S&P also is touching the previous low, so not looking that bullish. But in a very immediate term, it's probably going to have an attempt to rally. But overall, I will see that this is still a downswing, so it still failed to come in above 3800. So not looking that bullish. And most importantly, we definitely get a lot of the leadership stocks get hit badly. So at the moment, I would say that there is no leaders in the market. This is the hardest part, because without leaders, there won't be any bull market. If you want to catch my latest videos, click on the subscribe button and the bell right now so that you get instant notification once I upload my latest video. If you want to check out my online courses, go to tradeprecise.com to find out how to profit consistently from any market without using complex indicator or understanding any financial statement, no matter you are trading or investing.